What's happening?
Oh, we are playing with a new GR adaptive suspension that's been put in this car. And yeah, so I'm testing it out. I'm about to take it out for some... I'm actually taking it out on comfort laps to test the comfort side of it.
I mean, first day of the app, so might as well.
Might as well go in comfort, right? Yeah, so then what we're going to do is just go... I mean, you can see right here, it's actually kind of cool. You can go live and adjust the damping front and rear separate from each other. You can adjust the pitch, so when you hit the brakes or accelerate, how it pitches the car. You can adjust how much roll you give it. So like I said, I'm going to go and I set comfort to all soft, and I'm going to do a lap. And then I'll do another lap later in sport as well, and just start playing with the settings. But on the road so far, it's, I mean, better than stock in comfort mode.
Cool.
Yeah, it's really, really cool. So
that's promising.
Yeah, pretty excited.
You don't want to have it too soft on track, of course, but I guess it's going to get stiff on track.
I want to try it. I want to try it in comfort on track just to see what it feels like, and then start bringing up the stiffness front and rear from there, and just start seeing what differences it makes.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm thinking that it's going to get to the point where you can start adjusting your pitch and dive to maybe work on lift-off oversteer or trail braking and things like that. That's what I'm hoping, that we can get that advanced with it, to say, oh man, I wish I could rotate a little more, and then I could give it more pitch or more dive when you hit the brakes, and then lighten up the rear and rotate it.
Yeah. From
my understanding, we're going to be able to get to that point where we can fine tune it like that.
Which I think on this car we'd probably rein that in a bit.
Yeah, exactly.
It has a bit too much on this car.
Yeah.
So those are what we're trying to do. And if you want to jump in for the next lap, you're welcome to do so.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool. All right.
I'm going to get the GoPros.
Right on.
In addition, we're also testing out Rode Wireless Go 2 mics attached directly into the GoPro. So in case something's wrong with the audio, we're still learning. We still need to...
Back when I did YouTube, I used the Rode Wireless Go 1, and now you've got the Rode Wireless Go 2.
Yeah. Imagine like how much generations ago you were doing YouTube.
I mean, I know the technology.
So speaking of which, are you going to be doing YouTube again?
Yeah, I'll do something eventually.
Because people...
I've actually had a lot of topics that I want to do.
Yeah.
It's just getting the time. I mean, really, since the floods started, it's been absolutely insane. Everything that's been going on, from doing the flood stuff to just changes that we've had with regulations at the other offices, through all the stuff that we've been dealing with COVID. We've had some deaths in the family that we ended up back in the States for. We've had, I mean, you name it, we've been doing it. Then
right now, Ukrainian refugees.
Well, before Ukrainian refugees, the entire family ended up with COVID one after another, so the whole family was taken out and quarantined, and it was just like all of that. And then then the Ukrainian refugees. So at Mitchell Consulting and the hotel, everyone is just full speed taking care of them, making, you know, that obviously I've got to give credit to the team for that. It's basically how busy Apex was during the floods just now there. George the other day said, oh, can someone come get the Supra? And we all laughed. Yeah, not going to happen, man. Yeah. You know, so it's been all that stuff. And yeah, in that time frame, I've still had a lot of good conversations with people, and have a lot of really cool things to make videos on, and things that we want to do. But I've just been trying to not stress about it with everything else that's going on, just to, you know, focus on, you know, what needed to be done. And yeah, so hopefully once the Ukrainian refugee situation calms down, and you know, we're working right now on getting them visas and getting them out of the hotel into actual long-term apartments that we made clear. And so, yeah, that's the big priority right now. But once all that's kind of settled down, then hopefully I can get back and touch on some of these topics that I got.
Yeah, hopefully we'll be able to, and not something else is going to come up. But
I don't think that anybody can handle one more thing like this. I mean, it's just, you know, you go from COVID to floods to Ukrainian, you know, what do they call it? Operations?
They call them the special operations to denazify and demilitarize Ukraine.
So we're not going to go do a lap on the Nürburgring right now. We're going on a special cruise to test suspension, and
but you're not allowed to do testing in tourism drives. So
more regulations we have to get around.
Yeah, more regulations.
Well, we can test them for ourselves.
Yes.
We're not testing it for anybody but us.
Yeah.
I mean, that's okay.
It's a moving exercise.
We're doing a moving exercise.
Moving exercise. Yes, operation. Yeah.
Circular moving exercise.
Yeah. Well, having said that, it's going to be like kind of a chit-chat video in a way, because you haven't seen this man for a long time on the channel, since the introduction of the M3 video, and actually ever since, and before that, way too long ago. But want to talk a bit about the year. we shouldn't talk about how it was. Did we do end of the lap last year video? Actually, I don't remember.
I think that we were going to, but your M5 broke and caught on fire.
And then the track closed, and then yeah, it was all of that. Great. So
are we so positive?
Well, I think we all can say that we hope that this year is actually going to be the year.
Yeah.
When we look right now, like the amount of traffic is completely incomparable to last year, at the beginning of the year.
For March, this is. I mean, I welcome this traffic. You know, this is great to see. It's been great to see people at Apex. You know, normally winter's quiet at Apex anyways, and that's something that we know, we've learned, we're okay with, because that's the nature of seasonal business. But previous years, when you come out of winter and then it's still dead because of COVID, it's demoralizing. And this is awesome. It's been so cool seeing people, and you know, seeing people come to Apex, booking taxi laps, booking rental cars, asking where they can buy TF tickets, asking, you know, all this stuff. It's like, man, finally, you know, finally we're seeing this, and people aren't wearing masks everywhere.
Exactly,
you know,
that was also another
optional and certain places. And
went today to Devil's Diner and walked in with a mask on, and I see no one wearing a mask. I'm like, hold on a second, what's up? Oh, it's just like advisory if you want to. I'm like, thank God. Finally, just sending picture to it or a message to Adrian that we are coming on track, so you can take some beer, all of us, that probably people seen it in the beginning of the video already. Yeah, no, it's definitely very good to see the things coming back alive to the same level that we had pretty much the first weekend of 2020 before the whole thing got shut down.
2020 was starting off nice.
It was, you know, it was very promising.
Yeah, it was starting really nice. There was so much excitement around the track, and I think that we're going to get right back there because people are done. People are ready to go live their lives.
A lot of people were like concerned, like, oh, with the rising fuel prices, people might not come. But to be honest, when you look at it, it's only risen a couple of percent.
Junkies are junkies.
True. That's also.
I'm sorry. I mean, some people are going to complain about it, but they're still going to be here. They're just going to be complaining about how much the fuel's costing. You know. Junkies are junkies, and I've seen some crazy stuff in the past when, you know, people are out of money and you know what, their car somehow still gets the tires, the brakes, and the fuel it needs, you know?
Yep.
So priorities, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, big variety of cars today, actually. Don't see many foreign license plates, although there were like lots of Dutchies, Belgians, of course.
Yeah,
not too many Brits yet.
No, not too many Brits yet. I've seen a handful of them. I've seen maybe 5 or 6, but not the normal. But I think that they wait until it's a little later in the year where the weather's more
predictable.
These temperatures are predictable. They love them a bank holiday.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Car Freitag is really when I see them jumping off.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And coming, it's kind of starting their year, if you would.
I wonder if that's like a real driving school ahead of us.
I hope so. I think it should be part of the German driving test is, can you make a lap of the Nürburgring? You know?
That should be definitely be a part of the program. How do you like the new tarmac?
I think it's great. Yeah, nice and smooth.
I think for track days it's going to be really good, and for racing, of course.
Yeah, obviously, you know, it's gonna really smooth this section out because it was quite bumpy before.
Yeah.
And in some cars, when you were hitting these bumps, it would track a lot. Mm-hmm. And that's not really what you want to feel at 300 kilometers an hour.
Nope. Oh yeah, nice sounds.
Yeah, the car actually, I've only driven it on the street, and it feels really nice. So I'm very happy with that.
It's quite loud in here. I hope the microphone is picking it up. I mean, our voice over the... So the jump is kind of smooth out.
Oh, that was way smoother.
Yeah.
I mean, no question about it. That's smoother.
It's really, really good. So what are the plans for this year?
You know, we're just going to try and make it. we're just getting by one day at a time, you know? I made a comment the other day that hopefully this year just gets better for all the people that have been dragged through the mud the last 2 years, you know?
Yeah, literally as well.
And you know what? We just want to have fun and enjoy the track, hopefully without closures, without issues, and just have fun with you guys. That's really my goal for this year, is to enjoy it, get some of this nonsense out of the way. Yeah, that's really what I'm boiling down to. Man, it rolls a lot right now, Can you feel it?
Yeah.
You know, it's got a lot of roll, which is exactly what I want out of a road car.
Yep.
You know, when you've got roll on the road, it feels nice. You can feel the front tire on the outside load up in a turn,
Mm-hmm.
and it gives you motion. I really do like that out of a road car, so I would say this is perfect for that right now.
But this is going to be also perfect for rain.
This is going to be
rain
awesome
driving.
for rain. You're right, yeah.
Because then you have some suspension that works. It's going to be really, really good.
So I've allowed the pitch to go full, you know, so I'm fully pitching forward when I brake. It's not excessive by any means. We're not like an old Cadillac or anything like that.
Yeah.
But
So, but speaking of the plans for the year, are we getting any new cars?
well, Diana
Is begging for an M2.
Diana's begging for an M2, and I'm like, all right, well, I would like to sell the Supra and replace it with an M2. So that's one thing that I definitely want to do. And then other than that, I don't think we have anything major on the radar. We'll have to see if something cool comes out or presents itself. But I mean, is there anything you think that we should get that we're missing that I'm not thinking about?
Good question. I mean, I'm getting now the new M240 for
Right.
a test drive.
Okay.
So we could see maybe if that might be even interesting, because price-wise, M2s are still expensive.
Oh, they're way up there.
Yeah.
That's what I told Diana. I was like, if you want an M2, you better sell the heck out of it. No, the
Oil at the Startstrecke.
Styles Track, okay.
Yeah, so always get sure to make sure to download Track Secure app or become member of a WhatsApp group of Track Secure, where you get all the notifications about what's happening on track.
And you get a passenger that can read them to you while you're driving.
If you have an app on your phone or a puck, that would work even better.
Yep.
This I don't like. Did you see like this new piece of tarmac that they
Yes.
made here? It's uneven.
Uneven,
And,
bumpy
and it's
and-
right before the turning point. And that's kind of unsettling of the car and unsettling for a mind of a driver, me personally.
So, you're going to get the 240 test drive. When's that?
I don't know. I'm waiting for the guy responsible for M240 to get back to me, because he's now on a working holiday.
Okay.
But it has been,
So he's not working too hard while on holiday, it sounds like?
I don't know, he's probably abroad or something. But hopefully he's gonna come soon. So we'll see. Then we can test our new camera equipment on that.
Yeah, so for me, I don't really have a ton of cars that I've got my eye on.
Yeah.
I have been working on.
How about
fitting the thing.
GR86?
A lot of talk about that. I need to drive it because I need to see if I like it more than the GT86.
Mm.
You know, so I need to get out there and see what that's like.
Speaking of GT86,
Yeah, so I have been doing a lot of thinking about, we have our two taxis. We've got the GT2 and then we've got the G80, right?
yeah,
And I've really been pondering running the GT86 as a little fun taxi on the side.
it's basically all the taxis this year have G in them. GT2,
Yeah, exactly. It's
G80,
the-
GT86.
Yep. So, you know, if it's not set in stone, maybe you guys can give some feedback, but the idea is that maybe that's a car that I run when I'm here. We go out and have some fun in it. Someone's at the track and they're like, oh, hey, what's going on? Jump in with me, let's go. You know?
Yeah.
And it's a way for me to be able to actually interact with everybody and have fun, and not be driving like a 620R that has, you know, 20,000 Euro brake discs and taking somebody for a free lap because I want to, you know. It lets it be obtainable and realistic and, you know, and fun, if you would, you know.
Yeah.
So that's something I'm thinking about doing, is throwing the GT86 in as like a, would you say, a fair weather fun lapper?
Yeah. Yeah.
Fair weather fun lapper, I like it. You know, so that could be an idea. And it also shows that you can have a ton of fun on the Nürburgring in a 200 horsepower car.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of people don't realize how much fun that is. I think that we both have had more fun in little cars like that
Oh, yeah.
than in the big cars.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely.
I'm looking forward to getting the 675 Spider out and do some top-down laps.
Did we already announce that you sold the coupe?
Well,
probably one of the videos
Yeah,
somewhere,
I
or a
mean, we
post.
did. We mentioned it. It was on social media that I did sell the orange car. It went to Milan. Guy's absolutely thrilled with the car. He's having a ton of fun with it. They put on a couple concourses down in Lake Como, and they've invited me to come down in, I guess it's May of this year, to Lake Como and join them. So maybe that'll be something we can do.
Would be nice. So we're allowed to travel again.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, that could be really interesting to do. And the car's gone. And you know what? I haven't had one regret or feeling of like, oh man, I never should have sold it.
Yeah.
The owner sent me a picture. The owner sent me a picture of the car on one of the ferries that crosses Como. And right when I saw it, I was like, cool, someone's enjoying it. That's exactly what I want to see. So I was really happy about that. That was cool.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So that's gone. What else is gone?
E92.
Sold the E92, but I think you did that in a video where you showed it.
I didn't publish it yet. We actually need to make a separate video on it.
Okay.
Explaining it, etc. Because that's going to be a big one. So if you have any questions about selling the E92, ask them because we're going to answer all of them.
Yeah, drop in the comments. We'll get that going. And then there's also I got the guy behind us. His tires are getting cool on this little stretch. He's got to make sure the tires are warm.
Oh man, there's a Porsche behind us, like fully swerving left to right to keep the tires warm.
He's really going to be upset here at this low speed overtake that we do on the situation.
Yep.
Gosh, he's going to kill his lap time.
Oh no!
Oh yeah, we'll get out of
look
the way
at him.
for him.
Yeah.
All right, go win, go win.
Speaking of winning TF song has been published today.
Yeah, it was a fun song, and I watched the video, and I was disappointed. I was going to be in it with Boosted Boris.
Yeah.
And I don't even remember what came up, but I had something come up back at the office, and I couldn't get there. So, but I really enjoyed watching it. It was cool to see. So good job to you guys.
Yeah, it was very nice. So what's the plan regarding building the cars this year for people?
It's something we want to do. We're obviously trying to get the fleet together. We're trying to get everything going with the fleet, with getting everything set up. And then after that, then we can start taking that on. But I mean, if we get the M2, we want to build the M2 the same way that we would for a customer.
Yeah.
And so that would be a concept. So I would say, from summer on, it's something that we could probably go ahead and set up.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Something that George is pretty excited to do and dabble in. So that should be pretty nice.
Yeah.
What else did I sell? I sold the M2 competition.
Oh yeah, that one.
Yep. Yeah, so that got sold, I don't remember when that was, maybe January time frame?
Yeah, something like that.
So I've been talking for 3 years that I'm going to get less cars and thin the fleet out a little bit. And all I've done for 3 years is buy more cars.
True.
So it's nice. It's a good feeling. And what I want to do is just narrow it down a little bit further still to a point that that I can say, all right, these are the cars that I drive and these are the cars that I enjoy, and it's less stressful.
Look how many people there are.
That's amazing, isn't it?
That's really good. That's another point. As we were driving here, you saw people like alongside the track. I think last year we still had restrictions, so you're not allowed to spectate.
At the beginning of the year, yeah, and I think at the end they lifted them.
They lifted it at the end, but at the beginning they would like police everyone, keep walking.
Right.
And which they had to do to make sure that government would not shut down the Nürburgring, and not because they really would like to do it. So
now we have other issues with government.
Yep. Let's see how that's gonna go.
Gosh.
If that's gonna go.
Yeah, it's always tricky, and for those that don't get it, we're talking about potential sanctions and what's going to happen. And it's a hot topic that people are discussing, and you made a video about it recently.
Yeah.
And we're all in a very tricky situation where we want this whole thing and to stop. This war, invasion, whatever. We don't want it to happen, but when it gets close to home, we're like, ooh, not here, and it's a hard one to balance out, because a lot of people have had a really hard time the last couple of years. Maybe not as hard a time as other people are having right now,
Yeah.
Well, not maybe. So it's really an unfortunate situation. So fingers crossed that no matter what they decide needs to happen, the solution comes with a way for the Nürburgring to continue doing business one way or another.
Yeah. Oh, approaching almost the end of the lap.
Should I slow down even more? It's not possible.
No, don't do that.
No, but we're looking forward to an exciting year. It's going to just be about laps and quality time on track. And I don't have. We said in 2020, I guess, that we didn't have a ton of expectations for the business side of it through COVID.
Yeah.
We made it through that part, and now, it's just recovery. And I think more than you know, from a financial side, for anyone that enjoys the Nürburgring, it should just be getting that emotion back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Getting that excitement back. It's been really difficult not being able to enjoy the track the same way, not seeing people in the car park. One of my favorite things is this right here at the end of the lap, but do it at the end of the day, and it's the last lap, the red light's blinking, and everyone's happy and excited.
Oh, yeah.
I'm looking forward to that getting back to, you know, normal levels this year. I think that's going to be, that for me is going to be like when it's like, all right, we're back in business, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Looking forward to that as well. Well, I guess that's pretty much it for today's video. A quick rundown of what we are planning on doing, what we have been doing in the last couple of months. And most importantly, we're very excited for the track to be open and to see you here in one upcoming days, weeks, months, some of you maybe years.
Look in the camera up there, you got the full car park on the right, the overflow car park.
Yeah.
People overflowed there, you got a full TF car park. That's what we want to do.
You know what? You know what I'm really excited for this year?
What?
Carmrade.
Yes, that's going to be good.
That's
We've
great.
got, because we've the last 2 years we got shut down on Carmrade.
Yeah, exactly.
And
So burger truck again?
Huh?
Burger truck again?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Or should we get your wings? You think they can?
Should I just bring the pickup truck full of wings in the back?
I'm down.
Yeah, car Freitag. I mean, we get to do it.
Yeah.
You know, there's no reason we don't at this moment. You know,
Yeah.
but it's something I'm really excited for. It's been one of our big things. You know, that was always kind of like my birthday party weekend. You know, go out, have some fun, get some food, and just enjoy it with people. So
This time is going to be my last event before my surgery.
Yeah. So that's why you want wings. I see.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's not that I'm going to be eating bones, or I won't be able to eat bones once I have my surgery, because chicken meat from wings is quite actually. This was supposed to be a video where we actually talk about suspension. We ended up spending more time on wings than.
Well, he's gonna need to stiffen
Food's like-
He's gonna need to stiffen the springs. He's gonna need heavier springs.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to make some suspension adjustments after he has his swings.
All right.
I'm
On
gonna
that note,
have to do less roll.
R34, nice. Okay, yeah, that's it then. Thanks for watching. See you soon.